Hi, Onkar Singh Lohtham here, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how to do product backlog prioritization. So stay tuned. Product backlog prioritization. Now, I would say this is one of the most important tasks that is done by a product team. Of all the various tasks, this is the one that will have a total impact on how successful is your product, because you've got a list of items that you need to do. There's a list of items in your product backlog. Various people ask various items, and hence doing the prioritization is of utmost importance. Now you will ask, why do we need to prioritize? And can't we just do a lot of things that is there in the backlog and just get it done with and keep working on it, keep releasing it, enhancing the product? Now let me take an example. Why should you do the prioritization? Suppose you want to go on a 20-mile hike, which is say 32 kilometers. You are doing it for a charity, and for that you join a gym so that you can work out and you can exercise and be ready for that challenge. Now you have got the membership, you go to the gym, and then what you do is you start from the left and you keep on working out on the various machines which are there for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and you keep on doing that, and at the end you will get the results. You will say, what? Onkar, have you gone mad? Who does that? You don't work out in a gym like that. You work out on a specific things. Yes, that's the correct approach actually. So if you want to go on a hike, your idea, your goal is that you want to work on your leg muscles. You want to build up your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves, your thighs. You want to do certain exercises that will strengthen those muscles which are going to use in your challenge, which is your 20-mile hike. So you will not go randomly doing various machines, working out on various machines, or doing certain exercises. That's not going to help you. Hence, in using the gym, you have done the prioritization so that you could maximize that 60-70 minutes that you spend in the gym. Similarly, in the product world, you have to do the prioritization for the same result. So the objective and the key results that you have defined, the business driver that you want to achieve, by doing prioritization, you are able to work and implement on the most valuable and the most useful things that you want to work upon the product so that you can add value to your customers. In agile product speak, you want to work on the most valuable and the most useful items, which are your user stories or tasks, in a given sprint, which is 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks time, so that you can release those items in your product and evolve the product to its next version so that it is most beneficial to your customers. Now that's the reason, and that's the benefit and the importance of doing product backlog prioritization. Now your question would be, and that's the topic of this video, how to actually do product backlog prioritization. Now to do that, I will take help of a proprietary model that we have created, which I call product customer corner, and this will give you a hint that what are the two most important items that we are going to base our prioritization on, which is product and customer. So let's say this is the diagram I have. There are two axes. This axis is product, this is product on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we have got customer. You will see that there is no dimension for time, because in my opinion the prioritization should not be based on how big this task is, how small this task is. Otherwise you'll always work the items which are the smallest and the easiest. That should not be your main driver of doing the prioritization. The most important pieces, in my opinion, is to look at from a product perspective and from a customer perspective, and it covers both the internal and the external forces. Now, let's say in this axis, this is important, important, this is not important, not important. So it is a very simple x and y axis where this is the plus quadrant, the minus quadrant, the plus and the minus. On the x-axis, you have product. On the y-axis, you have customer. Now, once you have created this quadrant, the next step for you would be to look at your product backlog. Now, in the previous video, we talked about you have got your product backlog, in which suppose you have got 58 items, out of which you have highlighted the top 23 items that you want to prioritize, because these are the items that are related to the objective and the key results, the goal that you want to achieve in the next 3 to 6 months, and you need to work upon those. And that's what are the items listed over here that you need to prioritize. Suppose these are the 23 items. How would you do the backlog prioritization? You pick item number 1, you read through that, you understand what is the context, what it says, and then you try and see that how important it is for the product, because you have got a goal, a vision to actually take the product to its next level and next to next level. And does working upon this help you achieve that goal, that vision? How important it is from a product perspective. And the second thing you see and you determine how important it is for the customer. Will it serve the customer? Will it add value to the customer? Will it solve any of the existing pain or problems that the customer has shared with you? If that is the case, that it is important for both of them, then you place it in this quadrant. So number 1 item sits over here. Next, you pick item number 2. You do the same exercise and you find out that, you know what, this is somehow important for the customer, but it does not align that much to our product vision. So we say that it is low for the customer also and low for the product. So somehow important, not that important for the product, you place it over here. You pick the third item and it looks like it is important for both product and customer, you place it over there. You pick the fourth item and you say that, you know what, somebody has put a comment, it is in the list, but somehow comparatively looking at all of these items, this item is neither important for the product nor for the customer. It's not that important, hence it comes over here in this quadrant. You pick the fifth and you see that somehow the customer has not asked for it. The customer might not be directly benefited by that as compared to the other items, but it seems quite important for the product. And some of the times there are some technical items, some technical debt, some back-end functionality things that needs to be done, which is not very much evident to the customer but has to be done for the product. So it is important for the product, not that important for the customer. So we'll say it is coming somewhere over here. And similarly, you plot all the other 23 items over here, and suppose you have few more. And this is how you have plotted all the 23 items. You have put it on the x and the y axis, and you finally get to see that there is a cluster of items over here, which is in the important zone, and I call them as winner quadrant, the items that are listed over here. Second, items which are important for the customer but not that important for the product, I call them, it's in the quadrant of pleaser. The items which are neither important for the customer nor important for the product, somehow it has been listed in the backlog, but when we do the rationalization, the discussion, we find out that it lies in this quadrant, which I call them as a distractor quadrant. And finally, this quadrant where we see that maybe the customer will not directly benefit from it, or the customer might not find it beneficial, but it's important for the product. So this quadrant, we call it the improver quadrant. So in this product customer corner model, you see we get finally the 4 quadrants: the winner, the pleaser, the distractor, and the improver. And once you have done this prioritization, the idea is you pick all of these items which are in the winner quadrant. That's your number 1 goal, to pick it up. The second goal would be to discuss all the distractors and see how important this is. Are they important? Can they be shifted in any other quadrant by adding some more information? or no, it is a distractor, so you need not focus on these items. As the name says, these are distractors. You will be working on it, spending time on it, but it's not adding value either to the customer or to the product. So you can very easily ignore this. Sometimes you have to look into the pleaser quadrant after you have worked upon the winners, just to see that it looks like it's important for the customer. What other dimension can I add to this story or to this task that it increases in the relevance for the product, and then we can work on this item, which is the pleaser. It's good for the customer, not that good for the, not, I won't say good, it's not that important for the product in relevance, but let's work on that. And the third item is that you'll have to work upon the improvers, because that's important for the product. So that's how I would say you have done the prioritization, looked at the backlog and put them in these 4 quadrants, and we focus, the first focus should be on the winner quadrant. So that's how you can do a product backlog prioritization. In my next video, I will share with you a working example where we can see a working example of a website, of a product, how we do the product backlog prioritization. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel, and for more related information, go to our website digitalskillsmastery.com. Thank you.